Yo, what's up guys, John Boogle here, and the long-awaited Into the Future Chapter 2 Moon Guide is here. Of course, we're going to hop into the lineup first, and then we'll go through the treasures, and then finally the in-depth guide. Now the lineup is very basic, it's just built around ranged attackers with a solid DPS output. And of course you're going to need the 4 main stallers. 3 is not enough, so make sure you do get 4, preferably Crazed, Macho, and Wall, and the other 2 basics. And by this point in the game you should at least have some cats at above plus 10, so if you do have the true forms, make sure you do use them. Now the key unit here is the edgy boy once again, Psycho Cat, so if you have a true form, make sure you do use it, but we're going to use the second form. And this is the MVP of this level, so make sure you do bring him, and if you don't have him, a good substitute for him is Majika Cat, but I'll get more into that later on. Next up in the lineup, of course, is Macho Legs, and if you don't have Macho Legs, once again, there is Majika Cat as a replacement. And if you don't have a true form, just don't use it at all. It will take up cat limit and other stuff with its low damage output in its second form, so make sure you do have that true form. And let's get into the replacement for Psycho Cat. If you don't have it, it is Majika Cat. So if you don't have Psycho Cat and you do have Majika Cat, you can use the lineup here, just minus the Psycho Cat. But if you don't have Macho Legs, I recommend using this lineup here with the Mohawk combo for the knockback effect, because Ururun Wolf does have knockback, so make sure you do use the cat combo. And Ururun Wolf, I made a guide on getting Ururun Wolf, so just click in the top right corner for that. And of course we got to bring Dragon for the range. Dragon pretty much outranges everything in this level, so it's essential to bring it, and nice damage too. And of course Crazed Dragon there. Now if you have your normal dragon high enough leveled, you don't really need Crazed Dragon, but I did bring it for that knockback cat combo, so if you do want to use that cat combo, do bring him. But if you have your normal dragon high enough level, you will not need it at all. And of course if you have Ubers, absolutely bring them. Just keep the core units like the 4 stallers, Psycho Cat, Bahamut, and at least Dragon. The rest is very replaceable, so if you have better Ubers, you can replace them. Anti-alien Ubers are preferable, so bring any of those if you do have any of those. Now the most important part, all the treasures. Yes, this is the most key thing in Into the Future, all the treasures, so make sure you do have every single one of them superior, whether you need it or not. And with the 5th year anniversary around, there are treasure festivals, so you can get those very easily, so make sure you get them all maxed out, all at superior. And Into the Future Chapter 1 treasures are all superior also, so make sure you get that done first, and then get these, then you will finally be able to take on Moon. Now if you have power-ups, you can bring some, but this is definitely possible without, so if you don't want to use any, you don't have to. But if you do have some extra, I recommend bringing Sniper and Rich, and even Cat CPU, because there's lots of cat spam in this one. And that's pretty much all the requirements. And finally, let's hop into the actual in-depth guide. And if you are using Rich Cat, you can completely skip this whole first part of the level, but if you aren't, stay here, because the whole method here is, of course, maxing out the wallet. The Valkyrie is spawned on base hit, so we have a chance to fully max out our wallet and get a nice stack of Psycho Cats ready. And I'm sure you know the whole method by now. Stall the enemies to your base and keep them close, and try to max out your money and maximize your wallet as much as possible. The only thing people struggle with is stalling the enemies and killing them at a perfect amount of time, so do not over push. That's the main problem. People always over push and they take out the enemies too quick. They hit the base early and their wallet is not ready for the Valkyrie. Even if it means sacrificing some base damage to get your wallet at max potential, do it, because it will help in the long run. And your base won't be taking that much damage anyways, since you are stacking up a whole bunch of Psycho Cats. Valkyrie won't be able to move that much, so you won't have to worry about them coming to your base. Eventually, if you do have a lot of Psycho Cats stacked, it will start doing a lot of damage, so you might kill the enemies quicker. But if you have a lower level Psycho Cat, this is actually a plus, so you'll be able to stack more and stack your wallet much more higher. And as you can see, we did get our wallet max, but our money's not at the cap. But of course, these enemies come out, we can kind of chill out and try to get our wallet at the cap. And this is very similar to Chapter 3 Moon, how we want to protect our stack. So do not just leave all the Psycho Cats in harm's way and let them all die. So do protect them, and if you do have your money at the cap, that's when you send out your Bahamut and start sending out everything else with it, because we want to have a nice stack ready for the Valkyrie, so it can be stuck in one spot and we could just output the absolute amount of DPS. And if you stacked your Psycho Cats correctly, you won't have to worry about Valkyrie getting through your stallers and getting to your dragon stack, because if you have that huge amount of Psycho Cats stacked up, you will get those slow procs and Valkyrie will not be able to move at all. And here we go. Now this is just cat spam, nothing more, nothing less, just pure cat spam after that. But one thing I would say is prioritize on getting out those Psycho Cats if they do die, so make sure you have some ready. And another thing is using your cat laser correctly, because if you do use your cat laser incorrectly, you will knock back Valkyrie. Yes, that's true, but in that knockback phase, all your cats won't be able to detect an enemy there in that spot, so they'll move forward, and if they move forward, they'll be right in Valkyrie Cat's range, and boom, they're all dead. So make sure you time your cat cannons correctly, and don't make the mistake where you use your cat cannon and it kills your whole dragon stack, because then you will be in a bit of trouble, because that will also kill your whole Psycho Cat stack, because Valkyrie's damage does get stronger and stronger the more damage you do to Valkyrie. So having Majika Cat is very useful, but if you don't have it, you're pretty much screwed if you do mess up your cat cannon. But instead of cat cannon knockbacks, maybe you get a damage knockback and your cats move forward. Well, that's inevitable, so you're gonna have to be prepared for that. And that's how you use the laser to actually save your cats. So if you do get a damage knockback like that, and the Valkyrie is getting close to your stack or your Bahamut, you want to get your laser off so you can protect those stacked units. But by the time you do get those damage knockbacks, you're probably going to have another Bahamut ready, so you don't have to worry too much about keeping your Bahamut protected. Your staller should be enough most of the time. And that's pretty much all the main things to watch out in this level. The rest is just cat CPU and cat spam, so if you could cat spam right, you're definitely set for the next half of the level. And what a lot of people do is they hop straight into the Future unprepared, so I might do a whole video explaining how to properly progress through Battle Cats in a smooth way so you don't get stuck anywhere for a long amount of time, because people tend to skip over things and they miss key things. So I might make a whole in-depth video about progressing through Battle Cats in a smooth way so you won't ever get stuck too long. But hey, you can progress however you want to progress, but if you want to progress smoothly, I'll be making a video about that, so keep an eye out. And there we go, Valkyrie is down, and we are one step away from getting true form Valkyrie, and that only step is destroying the base with our double Bahamut, and there we go. Now we're gonna get all the rewards, and that's always nice. And of course the main reward being true form Valkyrie. Of course we unlock new cat combos we can use also, so that's also a nice thing. And another big thing is Into the Future Chapter 3, so expect those guides very soon. I'm actually working on them as we speak, so keep an eye out for those. The Great Abyss, Floating Continent, and Into the Future Chapter 3 Moon. But yeah guys, that was the guide for Into the Future Chapter 2 Moon. If you are struggling, comment down below, I'll try to help you out. And subscribe if you're new, of course. Join the hashtag Boogle gang. Drop a like if this guide did help you out also. And once again, comment down below if you're struggling. I'm most likely to reply because I do read a lot of comments on my free time, so make sure to comment down below if you're struggling. And yeah, it's been John Boogle, and see ya.